It's my birthday, so it's time for the live stream. All right, I'm going to keep these on for right now. I'm going to share all this stuff. We'll see who gets on here, and then we'll start streaming away. So for those of you that watch this later on, what I do is I start up these live streams, and then I spread the link everywhere, get everybody on, and then we start going. So if you don't wait for all that, you should be able to fast forward a little bit to get to where we start talking about the good stuff. Shoo. Give me a sec, and we'll get that all worked out. Come on. It's our first thing for 2026, y'all. Okay, and then we need a... Got it. Hey, we got somebody. Hey, Taladell. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. It is indeed my birthday today. I am spreading the link so we can get people in here. Boom, boom, boom. Your Squigmas. Who gets that? That up, throw that over here. Wow! What's up, Zeb? Get the chat going up here so I can respond to it. Sounds like we got good volume going. I need to get the Discord peeps in here. You gotta put on your new merch, ding dong.
Oh, hi guys.
You gotta put on your new merch. You gotta put on your new merch. Just put on your new merch. These grats, I tell you tell them things and they don't do any of it.
You don't have to.
Bum, bum, bum. And bingo, there we go. I do need a runt herd. Are any runt herds coming? Anybody available for purchase? Okay, get that checked out. What's the new merch? About to buy more Orc clothes. Taladell, let me show you. Because I got one too, and I can actually wear it finally. Because look, no more cast. That's the big news. I can actually take this contraption off, and you guys can see all the Scarboy scars. It still doesn't move. It still has the metal plate in it. But yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. All right. So, do the grand reveal here. Full zip hoodie. Check it out. You got the red ones go Fasta logo on there. And of course, it's the right way around in real life. And then on the back, all right, got the hood, pockets, full zip, right? Nice, isn't it? Yeah. So no, not a patch. It is fully screen printed on the material, just like the shirts and stuff are. So yeah, if you want to get the full zip, it is in the merch store. And since y'all are joining me on my birthday, I gave all of you a birthday present. At the merch store, if you go put in a code, it will give you your first $5 for free today. Today only for my birthday. There's your code. Okay, that kind of hurts a little bit. Yeah, the Pain Boys are definitely earning their teeth. Yeah, it's sprouting day for an orc. The Mordaka hoodie keeps getting nicked by the missus. It sounds like you need to buy a second Mordaka hoodie. All right, for those of you that are squeamish, look away. If you're not squeamish, we're gonna show the stuff. So there is the first one, and all the way down there, there's the second one. So that's here to here. That's how long the titanium rod is. So that's the rod that needs to get pulled out in February. I'm gonna take these off now because I keep getting the glare in there. But yeah, they're gonna take that out. So through the same holes. So through that scar and through that one. So it keeps this finger from bending too, because like see, this one I can bend. This one I can bend. Yeah, this one I can't. I can bend this knuckle, but not this one, because this is like right there on the tendon. And then that is where they went in with the big plate in here. I was gonna get this removed too, but I decided to not to. Drop the merch store link. Yes, I can do that. In fact, I'll do you one better. Not only will I drop the merch store link, I will drop it with the code ready to go. Get your link, copy, and paste. There you go. There is the link with the code already in it. So as soon as you go to checkout, it will automatically apply. It's $5. No minimum purchase. No nothing. So if you want to buy a single brand new sticker for $5, you can do that. That's my birthday present to you. Looking like a beast egg boy now, right? Yeah, I am a proper scar boy these days. Proper scar boy. But yeah, you guys, so the other new thing besides the full zip hoodie are the decals, the stickers. Yeah, I shouldn't say decals. Stickers. They are not decals. Hold on, I gotta put this back on. You're actually not supposed to have it off for an extended period of time. Because what happens is your body tells your muscles, tendons, whatever, to move. And they don't move because of that metal rod thingy in there. But when you have the external brace too, it kind of keeps the muscles from like wanting to do stuff. So, pardon me while I put me armor plating back on. There we go. Okay. But yeah, look at this. So Monday's live stream, we are going to be painting. Yes, for real. Okay. Other new merch. The brand new stickers, and this is cool. So these are the holographic stickers. And they come all die cut like that. This is the 3-inch size, the baby one. This is the 5-inch size. Look at the size of that sucker. That's as big as me head. There's also a 4-inch size that's in between these two. So if you don't want a super, I wouldn't even say super small. This one's pretty good size. If you don't want a small one and you want a bigger one, or like not quite this big, there is a 4-inch available too. But the stickers are available in the old Big Mech. This is the artwork that's by Velgarn. We had that done way back at the beginning of the channel. You can also get the Mordaka, the brand new one from Bin Bam, which looks super duper killer. And there's also, of course, the original, the red ones go Fasta. So yeah, once again, this is the 3-inch, and this is the 5. There is a 4. There is something in between. I didn't order. I ordered the big ones to see like if they are going to be ridiculous, and I ordered the little ones because this is the size people normally want as a 3-inch. So yeah, these are all available in the web store now. Use the link down in the description, or the code is Burfday. And you get $5 toward your order today only for my birthday. Yeah, and there you go. All right, I got a set of these for Mind Taker. I'll be going there later today after the live stream, and I got a set of these for myself. Whee! And there we go. So yeah, that's what's new in merch store land. The Grots have some new stuff too, but we'll see if they actually reappear or not. So, yeah, let's start answering questions. Let's talk about Squigmas. Let's talk about 2025, because I have all the data from 2025 on the channel, which is really exciting to share too. So, let's get into all that. I'm going to put my business glasses back on here. Alrighty, Teddy. Okay. Boom. All right. So, for 2020, well, actually, here let's scroll back a bit. For those of you that haven't been here, the channel started like July 2023 is when I had the channel around before that, but I didn't post anything. July of 2023 is when I first posted a video. Or October 2023 was when we first like started doing stuff. We were like, all right, this is going to be a serious channel. We're going to do a thing. And so we started off with October 2023. So 2024 was the first full year of the channel. And in 2024, we did 5,000 memberships. We just cleared 5,000 right before the end of 24, or subscriptions. We did 393,000 views, 22,000 minutes of watch time. And yeah, that was 2024. So for 2025, we are over 8,000 subscriptions strong. Over 8,000. We grew over 3,000 subs in 2025, which, considering October ended up being a huge failure, is awesome. I'm super happy with that. That means we are well on our way to eclipsing 10K. 10K is a huge thing. YouTube kind of groups channels by subscription size, and when you get above 10,000 subscriptions, you kind of become not so much a small channel anymore, but kind of more like a medium one. And so they start projecting you more out there. And so the growth kind of becomes exponential from there. So it's a really, really, really big deal to get to 10K. So that is our first big goal. Other things, 480,000 views. Almost 500,000 people tuned in at least once to see this gob. That's crazy. That is so crazy. We also did 37,000 hours of watch time. And yeah, it grew over 3,000 subs. So that is your 2025 by the numbers. Also, and I don't have all these numbers done yet. I'm doing a whole video on the 2025 results. The merch store, which didn't open until the end of March, so it wasn't even open the full year. The merch store, we did over 200 orders, and if my calculations are correct, over 20 countries. That's awesome. That's bananas. I'm realizing I don't have any of my merch on right now. I'm breaking my own rule here. There we go. We'll go classic. We'll go red squig today. Classic red squig. All right, so let's talk about Squigmas, because we didn't talk about Squigmas yet. I haven't posted anything since Squigmas. What did you guys get for Squigmas? And, if you got anything fun, orky, 40K, whatever, throw it down in the chat. I'd love to hear about it. And I'll let you guys know what I got. So I got a new, where is it? Right here. You can say I know I brought it in here. I got a new brush set for Mrs. Big Mac. Don't call her Mrs. Old Big Mac. Not a good idea. Yeah, check this out. So it's like an artist brush thing. So it's not like necessarily for miniatures, but I really like it. There's these like really cool fuzzy brushes that might be good for dry brushing, and then they have these brushes. Obviously, I haven't opened them or used them yet, but what I really like about them is I've got these big gripper areas on them that are triangular shaped, which makes them really, 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 really nice to hold. And then they've got really lovely tips on them. Look at that. Look at that tip. That's a good tip. So yeah, these are Nick Pro brushes. Never used them before. We'll see how they go. But I really like the brushes that are bigger here to hold. I've got nerve damage in both sides. Thank you, Rusty Swimming in the Coast Guard. But yeah, so super excited for that. So we'll be using these on the live stream on Monday with painting for the first time. So yeah, I'm super stoked that I got this new brush set. We also got some upgrades here to the studio, which I will show you guys. But let's see what we got going on in the chat here. All the happy birthdays from everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's see. We got Shady Snakes and Oxy Deep. 99 Cap, Savmaster, Zeb, Taladal, King Sprint, Kill, Killy, Kevinki, Fortuna. Can you make your username any longer? I'm just going to call you King Sprint. You got Calvin up in here. Timothy Hemsworthy. That's a good one. Dale Tonkin, BC. Thank you, everybody. James Marshall. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got James Marshall got fat eating cheese. Same. Same. Let's just say I set a new high score for the year. So we'll work on going a little faster this year. Kelvin, $200 of gift cards for the coming new orcs. Ooh, nice, nice. Hold on to that. You're gonna want to hold on to that. All right, guys, 94.73. You got some gift cards. Ordered a truck. Saving for the 11th edition reveals and 2 sets of knobs for 45 second NOS. Nice. Yeah, so the current knobs definitely good to get. The knobs are getting redone. 100%. They've already showed us the new sculpt look in the Dawn of War trailer or the Dawn of War. Dawn of War 4 trailer showed us the new knobs. So we're definitely getting new knobs. But the old knob kit, it's 5 spare bodies. And I don't suspect the body size itself is going to change much. But also there's a ton of like the extra weapons and additional things and whatnot that you might want for kit bashing. So I would grab a set of knobs and leave them on the sprue until all the new stuff comes. That's what I'm going to say for that. Same thing with the truck. The truck is definitely changing. We are definitely getting a new truck. I suspect its dimensions are going to shrink, meaning the dimensions from the truck with all of the gubbins. Remember that legally, the truck is supposed to have like the front bumper and then the other bumper and then the battering ram on it on the nose, and it's supposed to have the 2 boarding ladders that go way up high, and it's supposed to have the exhaust stack that sticks out this way, and it's supposed to have the ball and chain that go out this way. It's huge. All of that gubbins is coming off, and like kind of the basic size of the truck without all of that might become the new size of the truck with all of it. So they're going to shrink it down. But it should look really, really good. But you're definitely going to want a truck for kit bashing opportunity. All right, Keith. Keith got a Joy Toy Orc knob on Smash Squig. Oh, dude, nice. I have not gotten any of the Joy Toys. The only figures I have are the McFarlanes, the really cheap ones. Those have been fun for the Grots to play with. But yeah, none of the Joy Toys yet. They look really, really cool, though. BC got a ton of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering and a 4-year-old Super Cannon. Nice! For the Battle Wagon and Big Track. Yo, Taladal, thank you for that. Appreciate it. I got a birthday present from Taladal. Everybody tell Taladal thank you. We got a Rekka Crew, Rekka Truck, and Dakajet looted. Nice. Dude, that's a good haul. Good haul. Dude, Oxydeep, you got a Kill Daka Warband box? So the Kill Daka Warband, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the old box. So last year's box, we got that Stampa box with the Stampa and the Ludas and the new Big Mech and some boys. The one before that, so 2023, the box came with like a Daka Jet and the Deathkiller War Trike, and then like a bunch of random stuff that the War Trike couldn't lead. It was a really bizarre box when it came out. But if you can get it for a decent price, it's a darn good box just for the mixture of stuff that's in it. It's really good. Yo, Largest Chicken got a Ghost Keel and a Shadow Sun. Favorite Grot would be extremely jealous of you. Ghost Keel is what he wants more than anything. And a Shadow Sun. I mean, he's already got a Shadow Sun, but he loves Shadow Suns. So, you know, a second one would be just fine for him. Let's see what else we got in here. Hey, Lost Marbles, thank you much. Hoovy Bear, you've now joined the Forge World Club this season. Oh, dude, you live next to an official GW store that has Forge World? That's nice. We have 2 Forge World stores down in the city, Games Workshop stores, Warhammer stores, but neither of them carry Forge World. I've been into both multiple times over the years. I've never seen Forge World on the shelf. So, I mean, I'm sure I could order it like through them, but I could just order it on the website, so there's no point in like driving all the way over there. But yeah. Calvin, if you unloot what the orcs looted, it's about 1,500 points, so another game to use at the new game store. Hey, nice. Nice. Timothy Hemsworthy, you think we're getting anything significant for orcs before 11th? And what kit should you get first for orcs to prepare for 11th. Okay, those are great questions. So, first of all, are we getting anything significant? I would have said no earlier, but I think that it might change to yes, and here's why. Hey, we gotta grab. You gotta have the merch, dude. For real.
I heard something about a ghost.
About a ghost keel. I told you. You say the word ghost keel, and he magically appears. So one of the viewers for Swigmas, they got a ghost keel and a shadow sun.
Give me, please.
No, that was his present. So right now they are extending 10th edition out with this 500 Worlds Crusade ending thing. You guys saw, they've already leaked and revealed and whatnot, you're getting a new Titus with a new command squad thingy that goes with him and a new set of books. There's also a new Harkin World Claimer. Is that who it is? No. It's a different guy. I forget his name, but there's a new Chaos Lord dude who has his Red Corsairs as a like command squad team as well. And the box got leaked showing Prince Uriel of the Eldar along with his new squad. So at least 3 armies are getting a new leader with a new squad. Now the Necrons didn't get a new leader. They got a box, but if I remember, or no, they did get a new leader, didn't they? Yeah, they got a new Chronomancer guy. So I think everybody is getting, yeah, Huron Blackheart, thank you. So it's a new Huron Blackheart with a command squad. So 4 factions already have gotten a brand new leader model and a new like command squad thingy in a box set to do this narrative thing. And it's going to keep going. They are, because 11th doesn't hit till summer, okay? And they're not actually going to extend that pre-release for very long. Because the thing is, as soon as you announce 11th, nothing in 10th is going to sell anymore. Nothing. No one's going to buy a book. No one's going to buy a starter set. No one's buying anything. So the amount of time between when they actually like launch or like spoil that 11th is coming out and 11th hitting the street is going to be very short. So they need this campaign thing to go on to keep people buying things, to keep the stuff going. And honestly, I think it's good. I like these campaigns. These are some of my favorite things that they do in Warhammer. These books usually give you some of the best rules, some of the best games, and some of the coolest new minis. Now, what does that mean for orcs? Obviously, they are doing a very piratical theme, right? Prince Uriel is like King of the Corsairs in the Eldar. Huron Blackheart leads the Red Corsairs for the Chaos guys. They go out there, conquering worlds. And we all know we're missing a certain captain with a very cool hat. So the return of Captain Badrock would be a mighty cool thing indeed. Now, I don't know that that's what we're getting or not, but suffice it to say, I would not be shocked at all if orcs got a new character and potentially also a new command squad or support squad to go with him for this 500 Worlds campaign before 11th edition drops in the summer. We got a long way to go till summer, boys. So, they need to keep us buying, and especially orc stuff, because it's so obvious that orcs are going to be the big bad in the next edition, and obviously Space Marines are going to sell no matter what they do, so they don't have to worry about that. But they want to make sure that we keep buying orcs, so they have to give us something. If they don't give us anything, there's nothing's going to make us go to the store and get pick up some reinforcements. So I definitely think. I don't know that every faction is going to get a 500 Worlds thing, but I think the bigger overarching faction will, if you know what I mean. So like Titus and his squad, that's all the Space Marines are going to get. You're not going to get one for Blood Angels and Dark Angels and Space Wolves and all that. That's it. Space Marines are done. Same thing with Chaos. Now that you got Huron Blackheart and the Red Corsairs, that's it. You're not going to get like a Death Guard one. You're not going to get a Children one like that. That was it for the Chaos overall faction. So, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Harlequins, whatever, they're all done with Prince Uriel. Necrons are all done. So, for the Tyranids, I think we're actually going to get a Gene Stealer cult guy, which would be really cool, but that would cover all the Tyranid stuff. They'll do a squat, and then they'll do an orc, and then, who else we got left? Something Agents of the Imperium, which is going to cover like Sisters of Battle and all of that stuff. So like Custodes and Grey Knights and whatnot. I suspect we might get like a Grey Knight or an Inquisitor with like a little force. But yeah, you're not going to get like Custodes aren't going to get one. I don't think Sisters are going to get their own standalone one. And then there's Astra Militarum. So yeah, and that's the big rumor is that Yarick is the one coming for the Astra Militarum. And Yarick at this point is just an Orc character. We all know that, right? Old Baelai is ours. So we're going to get 2 kits because we're going to get an Orc kit and we're going to get Old Baelai. When Old Baelai comes out, we're all buying him. And even though we might not all do guard armies with it, we will all have Old Baelai in our collection. So that is definitely coming for 11th. Now, second question from Timothy Hemsworth was, what kit should you get first to prepare for Orcs for 11th? I did a whole video on this a few months ago, and that video still completely stands up, period. And that is the 5 kits to buy and 5 kits to skip for 11th. I had to buy that. You get the current combat patrol. It's a great deal. The beast snaggers aren't going anywhere. That's what you should absolutely get. You should also get all the buggies. Any of the buggies are good to buy. And then the kill teams. So the commandos, the Rekka crew, and then the new big mech character. So all those new things, they're all safe. The 5 kits to avoid really are the things that are getting replaced for sure. There's no reason to buy the monopose boys. If you already own 1 set, that's plenty. If you don't own a set, honestly, you're not missing out. I think the new sculpts are going to look just as good, if not better, and not be that terrible monopose kit. Do not waste your money on that kit. Just don't even bother. Truck kit, unless you're buying one to keep it in the box to use as bits for kit bashing or you're using it to make mech guns, don't build a truck. Again, truck sizes are changing. We're getting different size truck. Like, don't do that. What else did I say not to get? Ludas. Ludas and Burnas. Don't get Ludas and Burnas anymore. I know I've been the biggest proponent of like, you should buy a Luda kit and an old boy kit and like squish them all together. Absolutely. We are going to get Ludas and Burnas as the next kill team or one of the next kill teams. And likely their squad size is going to change like the Tank Bustas. It's going to go up to 6 plus the 2 little bomb grots or whatever, or bomb squigs. So your current Luda and Burna squads are definitely going to change. So do not bother getting those. Same thing with Knobs. Knobs are going to change. Again, you can pick up a Knob squad for spares, but don't build it. Don't like, I need to go pick up Knobs. No, if you already have Knobs, you're good. Knobs are not going to be invalidated. They're not going to change that much. They're not changing their squad size or anything like that, but we're going to get a new kit with cooler looking Knobs. They're probably going to go, be a little bigger, a little burlier. War Boss. Don't bother trying to find a War Boss. We are getting an absolutely brand spanking new War Boss. It's going to have multiple build options. He is going to be on a bigger base, okay? So yeah, save your teeth. Don't buy any of the old classic orc stuff. That's what's getting redone. The new stuff, you're totally cool. Couple of interesting things we have learned. A little recap for people. Killicans are likely getting an upgrade sprue. I don't think they are changing the Killican sculpt or the main kits, but I think that they are going to get an upgrade sprue, and they are going to be released, like Reeboks re-released with that upgrade sprue. So keep that in mind. Gazul. Okay. That is an interesting thing. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they tend to do scope creep in 40K. Now, what does that mean? That means as the edition goes on, or as the game goes on, things get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't just mean size-wise, I mean stats-wise, right? When I started way back at the Dizay, Space Marines were 1 wound and were toughness 4. That was it. They took 1 wound, they were dead. Same thing with Orcs. They were 1 wound, they were toughness 4, right? That's the way it was. Things are getting bigger. They're getting killier. Multiple damage from attacks is now a thing. Armor penetration works totally different. Initiative is disappeared. What Gazgul was when he came out in the latest edition, or his latest iteration, used to stand toe-to-toe with the big bads from other armies. Nowadays, as much as I hate to say it, Gaz gets stomped. He is not that great on the tabletop, especially compared to, even like a new Marnix Calgar in that Terminator armor, even without his honor guard, he's gonna curb stomp Gaz. Rabute Gilman, don't even think about it. Like, we can't stand up to it. Gaz's rules just aren't that good. The model itself is cool. I don't think it sells as well as they had hoped. So there is a possibility we're going to get another Gaz, a fourth Gazgul. However, also because he's kind of been falling out of the lore, they might let Gaz go or like bring in a bigger guy. And I don't think like Tuska Demon Killer, which would be awesome. I would love a Tuska Demon Killer. But there's a potential we get somebody else as an even bigger orc. Now, I don't think it's going to be like Uftek Blackhawk. He's not going to become, Primarch level. But Gaz might. Grotsnik might make something else. Yeah, there's all sorts of what ifs in there. But there's a good chance that Gazgul himself is actually who changes. And we end up with a different model. So if you don't have a Gazgul, I wouldn't necessarily go buy it. I'm just saying. All right, let's see. What else we got in here? Keith, few of them first Joy Toy though. Oh, the action figures. Yeah, so we got a few of the orc ones from McFarlane. They didn't make them past the first year, but they're really cool. You could still buy them new, most of them anyway. But they have like a big mech and mega armor. They have a mega armor knob with twin kill saws and a mega armor knob with a power claw and a big shooter. Actually, I think that's it. I think they only made mega armor orcs, which is kind of weird. But the Joy Toy ones, they made the full squad of commandos, and they made the knob on Smash a Squig and a few other things. They've had some really cool ones in Joy Toy. All right, let's see. Gabriel, thank you for the birthday wish. Appreciate it. Thanks again, Maxo, as well. Teledal, before 11th, probably a battle force of some description. I bet on bad based rumors. That's what we just talked about. Maybe new Combat Patrol. No. New Combat Patrol is not coming until New Edition. Combat Patrols only get updated with codexes. And the reason for that is the actual Combat Patrol rules for the box are in the codex. So you might get something like a Battle Force that has rules for a Combat Patrol in it, but it is not the Combat Patrol. The Combat Patrol box is only going to change with the codex. That codex isn't coming until next edition, so after next summer. So the current Combat Patrol is the one that's staying for quite a few months. But again, if you don't have it yet, make sure you get it because the Beast Nagas are cool. The stuff in it is a great deal, and it's all really good on the tabletop, both to play with and honestly in your collection. They really do work with the rest of the Orc range. They look great. Guys, we got it. Guys, 9473. We got to save our teeth as best we can. Yeah, save your teeth. Save your teeth. Well, not all your teeth. Go spend at least 5 teeth at the merch store. Again, the link is in the comments. The code is Burfday. If you use code Burfday, you get $5. You get my Christmas present, my birthday present to you. It's my birthday, but I'm giving you $5. And there's no minimum on it. You could literally buy a $5 sticker and be good with it. I'd be totally cool with that. I want to get some volume going for the new year on the merch store. Again, for those of you that missed it, last year, 2025, we did over 200 orders to over 20 countries on the merch store. And the merch store wasn't even open all year. We opened like the last week of March. That's crazy pants. So that's pretty awesome. So if you want to hop in on that, again, it is $5 off your order. No minimum order, nothing like that. You can just go spend $5. And you can get yourself some really cool stuff at the merch store today only, because it's my birthday today, so you got to do it today. Hey, Squiggy. One of the Squigs is trying to eat something. Play with it? Crinkle, crinkle? Alright, what do we got? Let's see. Savmaster, got a giant scrap pile already. Need to paint that up. Ooh, nice. Yeah, working on terrain. Excellent idea. That's what I'm going to be working on too. Gabriel Bishop, please be the Storm Boss. Yeah, Storm Boss would be great, man. So I don't know if Boss Zagstruck is going to come back or if they're going to give us a new Storm Boy, like, bigger boss. Because there's definitely been some characters in the novels, like the War Boss novel has a really cool guy. There's also been talk of, well, not a new Commando boss, because we've got We've got Snickrot. But yeah, just some new orc characters. It sounds like we might be getting some new stuff, which would be great. Calvin, Yarick is not an unorc kit. Old Balei is an orc character. He literally has an orc power claw. Like, that's not even an every kit is an orc kit. He is an orc kit. Full stop. He's got an orc power claw. So when Yarick comes out, everybody go buy Yarick. James Marshall, can't do pirates without the bestest pirates. Right? Right? Yeah, we need us some good old-fashioned orc pirates up in this. Right? That's what I'm saying. Keith, I sincerely hope he comes back. Yarick is definitely coming back. Games Workshop themselves have already started teasing it. They know they screwed up with that one. They know they screwed up with Astra Militarum. The sales for Imperial Guard are in the tank. So, yeah, they definitely need to make some course adjustments, and Yarick coming back is one of them, for sure. Kelvin Same, I've got the old metal Yarick, too. He's right. Well, he was over there. I think he's hiding behind the tank. The looted tank. Timothy Himsworthy. Are boys and Wrecker Crew still worth doing to save money, even if we still have 5 boys left? Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing with the boys and Wrecker Crew is the box that comes in, right, is a really expensive box. The MSRP on it is like, what, $60, $62? Old boys are like $40. So you buy the kit to build a Wrecker Crew, but it gives you all the parts for both. Don't go buy another $60 box. Buy a $40 box, use the bits that come in it, and now you got 5 leftover bodies for whatever you need in the future. Again, I showed you guys I have an entire paper box full of boys for future needs. You can never have enough regular boy bodies just laying around for kit bashing. You just can't. So I would absolutely still buy the old boys, do the kit bash. Because here's the thing. Say like you've got a Luda and a Burna squad now, right? They redo the Ludas and Burnas, and it goes to 6. They're still probably going to be equipped very similar to how they are now. The Burnas are definitely all going to have Burnas, Scorches, flamethrowers. The Ludas are still going to have looted guns, right? So what you're probably going to have to do is just build 1 extra Luda and 1 extra Burna to add to your squad now. Well, hey, if you've got 5 extra bodies laying around, and guess what's in that old orc kit, right? You get a Scorcha. There's your Burna boy. And you get a rocket launcher and a big shooter. Guess what? You glue those together. Now you got yourself a def gun. There is your spare Luda. So you're definitely going to want to have spare bodies laying around for the future. So just go ahead and buy the old boys kit. And again, you're going to want all the spare parts anyway. But old boys kit, Wreck a Crew, build both the Tank Busters and the Breaker Boys, and just keep the 5 bodies on the sprue. Throw them in a box. You're going to want it. Trust me. All right. Hey, Dirt Hermit, you're at work and still doing a happy birthday. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. I visited Dirt Hermit's desert on the other end of it. That was really cool. I could see all the cactaroos. Wardacker gear guts and fix it. Yeah, the new guy from the Grotznick book is really good, too. So if you guys haven't read the books, there's Brutal Cunnin and The Big Daka are the 2 Uthak books, but in between is also War Boss. War Boss is an excellent book as well. There's also the new Gazgul book, the new Mad Dog book, and then the 3 Dread Gabo books, and they are all excellent, and they all kind of tie in a little bit to each other. So if you haven't read all those books, you should definitely get your hands on them and do some reading. They are actually moving orc lore forward, and that is really cool. 99 Cap 2 would like a generic Gaz scale war boss great for kit bashing custom war bosses. Well, I got good news for you. Again, we are definitely getting 2 new war bosses. One is going to be a full service regular orc war boss kit. He's going to be on the bigger base size. He's going to come with, you're going to be able to give him a power claw or a giant choppa. He's going to have different guns available. He's going to come with like an attack squig, maybe even like a little grot with him. But it's going to be like the new captain sets for all of the other factions where you have all of these different war gear options to put on him. I suspect there'll be like a cyborg arm or something like that, so you can give him the cyborg body. He'll probably have like some extra armor plating if you wanted to give him some bigger armor, but not Mega Armor. That's going to be the second kit, is going to be a new Mega Armor War Boss kit that's going to have multiple options. And you might be able to build him also as the character in Dawn of War, in that War Boss, who I always forget his name. But yeah, like that might be a double kit. So like we got 2 War Bosses coming. We're going to be War Boss rich in a few months. All right, Chad Kunkel, 9172. Brand new to the game. Is it typical to go to LGS and people will teach me to play demo games with me? Absolutely. That's been my experience my whole life. If you go to a game store and you're like, hey, I just got into 40K. I'm brand new at this. I don't know how to play. Does anybody want to do a game with me that like to teach me instead of just curb stomp me? You should absolutely be able to find somebody to do that. I have been that person, both the one learning and the one teaching, many, many times. Because, you know, the new edition comes out, haven't played. When I got back into the hobby, Warboss Kid took me under his wing. We played a couple of games together with him teaching me what to do. And yeah, like went from there. And yeah, you should always be able to find somebody in a friendly local game store. Just be upfront about it. Just be like, hey man, I'm brand new or just getting back in. I haven't, you know, I've played one game or no games or whatever. And I just want to learn. Like, can we do a game and learn? That is absolutely what your friendly local game store exists for. So yeah, definitely support your LGSs. All right, Dirt Hermit, got to pick up hose and move on. All right, buddy. Good to see you. Gabriel Bishop, like the Blood Bowlers better for extra wrecker bodies. Yeah, so for those of you that missed the videos, I ended up doing 3 videos on the Rekka crew. The problem is the Rekka crew, the regular guys are boy size, but the knob is very much the new size knob that is quite a bit bigger. And I tried to use the Blood Bowl set for it because you get 6 bodies in it. And I was like, oh, that'd be the easiest thing to do. But they're harder to kit bash, and also the main guys end up being too big. I still say what you want to do is use regular boys as the boys, and then try to get your hands on like one of the new monopose knobs to be the knob, or like just a singular bigger body. You can use the bigger knob body that's in the old boys kit, but he is going to look slightly stunty compared to the knob that actually comes in the Rekka crew. But again, all orcs are different sizes. Not every knob is going to be the same size, otherwise they'd all fight with each other. You are going to have head height differences in every single orc. Go read the books, so it's totally fine on the tabletop. Maxo8917, thoughts on Bad Moons getting more representation and potential for Nazdrek to return? Yes, so orcs are going to be Bad Moons from here on out. In case you have not noticed, Dawn of War 4 and Total War 40K both feature Bad Moons as the paint job now. So all yellow all the time. All the orc books, they are all yellow. All the orcs that are being photographed are all yellow. It is Bad Moon everything. Goths are no longer the poster boys. It is now Bad Moons. And Nazdreg is one of the reasons why I was like, hey, it might not be Gazgul that comes back as the big bad. In case you don't know or forgot, Nazdreg is a war lord. Not a war boss, a war lord. Nazdreg was actually higher up than Gazgul. In fact, he had already conquered a giant chunk of the galaxy, gotten bored and moved on before Gazgul even sprouted. Nazdreg, in the really, really old lore, worked with Gaz, and Gaz kind of stole his Space Hulk and crashed it. So there's like a thing there. But yeah, there could potentially be Nazdreg coming back and being this really super giant warlord orc to go stomp some heads. And frankly, that'd be awesome. I'm doing me wrong. I like Gaz. Gaz is cool, but he's the only thing we've been hearing about for the past, 20 years in real life. So getting some of the older characters back, or again, even getting new characters, I think would be super duper 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 cool. Let's see. Yeah, Grotznick book again. Yeah, it's all Bad Moons. All the Uthak Blackhawk, he's a Bad Moon. Everybody that's in the Tekwa, they're all Bad Moons. So yeah, that would be super duper rad. Yes, and then yeah, there's all these short stories too. Where Dares to Warp, Dares Away. And then there's a couple other of the short stories too, I think in the Black Library Celebration novel. So yeah, BC's listing it all in the links or in the comments down there. Buzz Swan, thank you. It is indeed my birthdays. Bad Moons Droll Blood Axis rule. Death Skulls definitely couldn't be the poster boys. GW doesn't want to extra incentivize our kit bashing looting. Actually, if Games Workshop was smart, they would make Death Skulls the poster boys and would encourage the looting, because what we would do is buy more Warhammer. That's what they need to do. Shady Snake took the squatty knob as a runt herd and then used the runt herd body to make a fat knob for my squats. Nice. Yeah, again, mix and match, man. I've got knobs from Assault on Blackreach still in my army. I've got the stunty knobs from the boys kit. I've got metal knobs. I've got the new monopose knobs that are bigger. All the knobs are different sizes. All the boys are different sizes. Works are different sizes. They get bigger as they fight. So basically in my army, regular boys, like, they're going to be the smallest boys and the smallest knobs, and the specialty squads get bigger. And like, so as you move up the ranks in my army, the bodies get bigger. And so like the knob squad that typically goes with my war boss, they are all my biggest knobs, like, for sure. And you could tell. So like, that's kind of how I deal with it. So yeah, if I get a smaller knob, he gets demoted into being the knob for like Truck Boy Squad or something like that. And if that knob is bigger, he gets promoted. I actually have a knob in one of my the squad for that goes with my war boss. He started off as a knob for a boys squad, got promoted to the Truck Boys when Truck Boys were their own thing, and then got promoted to, hey, you want to come stand in the live stream with your new merch? Check it out. So the full zip in the smaller size, yo, check it. So again, $5 off, free. All you gotta do is code Burfday in the merch store today only. Pick yourself up the new hoodie. Don't put the hood on. It's but yeah, you want to show them the zip? No zip. So yeah, this is the small size adult. So if it's a bigger size grot, pretty good. Are you gonna show yours off too?
Oh, I'm not wearing it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry.
Again, you can't tell these guys anything. Are you guys headed out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're gonna go with Ro?
Ro or Ren? We're gonna go see Ren.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah,
Have
Rowan's
fun.
not going to look for us.
Oh, okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Tell everyone on the stream bye.
Bye.
So is it bye to the grots?
Bye, Grats. Or, I don't know. You said bye to yourself. Yeah, bye me.
Bye, grots.
I don't know what to say.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love
Be
you.
back soon.
That's what we're picking you up. That's the deal.
Oh, we're just walking around.
Oh, you're walking there. Okay. Okay. Bye. All right. Apparently, grots are leaving. Let's see. Where were we at? Rotenherd is also a nice proxy for a weird boy. Yeah, we've talked about that a bunch of times. Zeb5158. Old Big Mac, what do you think about the Gloomspite gets trolls? Is there room for trolls in 40k Orcs lore? Should a Pin Green go with it? So here's the thing. As much as Games Workshop used to do like sharing back and forth with the different factions between like 40k and fantasy or now old world, trolls have never been in 40k. They just haven't. They haven't been. We also haven't had giants, anything like that. I don't think it's gonna ever change either. They are very fantasy. When you see a troll or a giant, you immediately go like Tolkien-esque fantasy, old style. It's not a sci-fi thing. Whenever things get bigger in the sci-fi setting, they don't just get taller, they get bigger. You get like Primarchs, you get Ogrins, stuff like that. So no, we're not going to get ogres, we're not going to get trolls, we're not going to get giants. I wouldn't use them in 40k. Either use them in AOS or Old World, or sell them and use the teeth on something that is actually good. It's just not worth it. And I mean, there's some really cool kits. I mean, there's that Orc War Boss that's on the giant dragon thing. He is so cool. I would love to like use him in 40k. There's nothing you could use him as, and the aesthetic just doesn't fit. So if I get that kit, I'm gonna build it and paint it and just start an AOS army. That's all there is to it. So yeah, that is that. A Killjaw Demangler of Bork. Is that the one that's on the dragon? I don't know. Anyways, 99 Cap 2. I wish more Orc units existed in rules but didn't have an official model. So that used to be a thing. Way back in the day, Games Workshop would write the rules, and they would expect you to make the models. In fact, they even had like custom rules writing in the codexes. In fact, the Battle Wagon, famously for the longest time, the rules in the codex said you have to build your own. Like every battle wagon is different. There is no standardized battle wagon look. Just build it yourself. That has totally changed. That's not coming back. Games Workshop is very much now, if they don't make the kit, there is no rules for it. So you can fully expect kits for everything. Yeah. Let's see. Did the Runt Herd Weird Boy as my first ever kit bash. It's how I found old Big Mac. Hey, Gabriel, that's awesome. Glad that's how you got here. We are all about kit bashing on the channel. There's going to be a lot of kit bashing this year, I can tell you that. GW definitely encourages kit bashing, but Death Skulls wouldn't be poster boys for orcs because then that would be 2 blue poster boys. Except for, rumor is, it's not the Ultramarines as the poster boys anymore. So for those of you who don't know, Dawn of War is Blood Ravens. They are a dark red, cream, and black color. And they are definitely staying in Dawn of War. And then the Total War Warhammer 40k, they showed a bunch of different paint schemes off. And I don't even think Ultramarines is one of them. So that is going to be whatever faction you want, and who knows what artwork they're going to put on it. And then the rumor is that the artwork on 11th edition is going to be Blood Angels. However, there are a lot of people saying it's actually Blood Ravens. They are going to tie in hard with the Dawn of War 4 launch, so that you're going to play Dawn of War 4 on the video game, be like, oh, this is sweet, I want to go check out the tabletop game, walk into the Warhammer store, and there is the starter box with yellow orcs and red space marines that match Dawn of War. So that is definitely something that could be happening. But yeah, Ultramarines are, the 500 World is their last big hurrah. Ultramarines are going to spend quite a few editions sitting out. Calvin, ordered the full zipper. Nice, thank you. And happy birthday to you, or to me, from me to you, you know what I mean? I'll use that $5 off coupon. Again, no minimum. If you just want to order a $5 sticker, go for it. I'm happy to do it. It's my birthday. I do what I want. It's my web store. I can do what I want. They're my stickers. So, but yeah, free $5. So, you know, if there's something you've been sitting on or wanting to buy or wanted to get a second shirt or a hoodie or something, can't beat the $5 off. So go for it. Let's see. Shady Sakes, do you have your own head canon boss for your wall? Are you not into this? Oh, no, I'm definitely into that sort of thing. I am 1000% a narrative player. I want all of my stuff to tell a story. I've got names for all of my characters. Things that happen on the tabletop affect my army in real life. So, like, I played a game with Warboss Fred quite a few years ago now. It might have even been 2 editions ago now. But we were playing Orcs v Orcs. We were fighting over some scrap. It was a narrative style game. And my Def Copters absolutely just throttled him. They were unstoppable. Every time they shot at something, they killed it, including his Warboss. They like blew up his battle wagon and then blew him up. And so after the game, I actually repainted my Def Copters and added kill markings to them and stuff like that to represent that squad was now the elite Def Copter squad in my WA for taking out a rival war boss. So yeah, I absolutely do. My particular war boss is led by a Big Mech, duh. And the whole story is that my Big Mech, his brand became known amongst all the orcs on the planet that he's on. And his brand is he paints things orange. He puts orange flames on things. So if you have an orange flamed thing, you've got something from the Big Mech that is like in demand. Well, of course, orcs being orcs, they start copying, and these other little mechs started painting random orange things, trying to cash in on this deal. And so throughout my army, there are things that are orange, and some of them don't make a lick of sense whatsoever, but it's those orcs think that like they've got something from this Big Mech because it's orange, and that's how they've all ended up together in this WA. But yeah, it's a Evil Sons clan based for most of it. And my Big Mech is on Armageddon. Don't know which timeline in Armageddon we're at here, but you know he's on Armageddon and he's got a bunch of orange stuff going. I do have some orange on my Gazgul, just some random flames to kind of tie him into it, but Gaz is still very much a goth. My newest orcs, so all the orcs that I build for every kit is an orc kit, are all Death Skulls. So they are blue. So I'm going to have a large Death Skull contingent that is going to be blue without any orange on it, but they are all going to be heavily looted. None of them are going to be straight orc kits. But yeah, moving forward, I might start painting other clan colors just to do it because I'm starting to see more armies on the tabletop where people are mixing and matching on purpose, and I really like the look of it. So the idea of having like, some bad moons and some goths and some snake bites and whatnot would be really really cool. I don't know if I'm going to go like whole hog into it or just paint a couple of squads or something. We'll see. We'll see what my new paintbrushes do for me. But yeah, I definitely everything in my army has lore. Everything has head canon. The things that happen in real life affect my army itself. Um, to the point where even like one of my trucks I broke up and used the pieces for kit bashing other things, and I actually like left the old paint job on purpose on some of the kit bash things to like really show that like it really was that truck crashed in or got blown up or whatever, and they scrapped it, and when they got the scrap they didn't even bother to repaint it all the way. And then there's things like there's some truck parts that are like in the boss bunker, and I like painted them to match that one particular truck, right? To like show that the pieces propagated out into all of the scrap everywhere in my orcs, which is why I have the whole scrap village. I mean, it's the whole thing. This is the Big Mech's. The village is like the Big Mech's personal junkyard or whatever, and my Wa are the orcs that follow him the most, and so they kind of stick around him even though he's not really leading a Wa. Because they're the ones exchanging teeth for his goods. Because he doesn't even like want the teeth himself. He just builds the things and then like moves on. Kind of like me. He's an orc with ADHD or something. Man. He always starts, never finishes. Calvin Ryder, you could take Ogrins back in the day. Yes, you could. Ogrins were in the Orc Codex for multiple editions, which was cool. Taladal, quirks, please. I like quirks, but I don't like quirks, if that makes sense. They're kind of like Thunder Warriors and honestly kind of Primarchs. I wish they would just stay in the lore. They don't need to be on the tabletop. It could be something that it happened back then, and that's cool, but we don't need it now. But I mean, if they launch them, of course I'm going to buy them. Maxo8917, what are the chances of Gorka Morka returning? Gorka Morka is returning, but Games Workshop is not the person who owns it. That's all I'm going to say. Zeb, where is our Grot tanks? Boy, I don't know. I really hope they come out with Grot tanks at 11th. We'll see. They were the most popular like Forge World unit for the orcs. Not just like us buying random pullback tanks on Amazon, but also like the actual Forge World models. So there's a good chance that Grot tanks might actually make it into plastic and come into the game. But if they do, I don't think it's with the launch of 11th. I think what's going to happen is years into 11th, we're going to get a second army that's going to be all Grot, the way that like Tau got the all Crew army. And I could see Grot tanks being part of that launch. So, yeah. Yeah, it's me, Matt89. Speed Freak buggies could play with no bases. They'd be so good. They would be so good, but unfortunately, we're on bases. We're stuck on bases. I don't know what they're doing. The terrain is too tight for the size of bases they have on things, and that's what hurts buggies the most. But yeah. Keith, no, Killjaw is 40k lore. He's a ruler of an orc planet in the Ghoul Stars. Famously tried to blow up the planet's moon. Oh, that's cool. That'd be cool to get a figure for him. Tell it out. Ultramarines won't sit out entirely. Space Marine 3 will be out in 11th, and Ultramarines will have a huge time with that. If Space Marine 3 comes out in 11th, it will likely be the very tail end of 11th. So it could be the next narrative campaign the way 500 Worlds is now. But when I say Ultramarines are going to sit out, I mean like they are not going to be the artwork poster boys, and they're not going to be the special character releases, because they just released all the special characters for Ultramarines. There's basically none left, so there's no point in them releasing anymore. And then yeah, just the artwork is technically Ultramarines. But yeah, they're not like actually going anywhere. It's funny that two Tactics 40k games are coming out so close together. They're very, very, very different games though, Cap. Very different games. I know they kind of seem similar because they're tactical in their army and whatnot, but Dawn of War, you're like building a base and doing these missions and things like that. Whereas Total War, you're commanding an army. You don't have to build the army. You don't have to like build the buildings for the army. There is no base building. It's very much more grand strategy. It's a much larger scale. It's more like epic, whereas Dawn of War is more like actual 40k. You are like focused on squad size things, having multiple squads. Total War, you've got like multiple armies, if that makes sense. Yeah, Def from way up there. Zeb, have I kit bashed the Rattling's kill team into Grots? Not yet. I have the Rattling kill team, and I have Grot heads for them, but I have been unable to move my grippers until just now. So that is one of the projects for 2026. Deal Tonkin, will we get some Grot love in 11th? Absolutely. Again, not at the 11th launch. We might get like a new Grot kit, Gretchen kit, but we are not getting much more than that. But again, I really do think later on in 11th, years down the line, we are going to get a Grot Revolution army. They'll get at least one, not data slate. What the heck do they call it? Data, not data sheet. Detachment? Yes, we'll get at least one detachment that will allow you to do an all Grot army. It'll have Killicans, Grots, Met guns, and then if they do Grot tanks, we'll get Grot tanks in it. If they'll give us like a Grot character, you'll be able to run, the Red Gobos and things like that. Possibly some looted stuff. Maybe a Grot Mega Tank will come out, something like that. But we will get a Grot army detachment to use with some new Grot figures. I suspect a lot of those figures, maybe everything but the characters, will be able to be used in an Orca army. But I really do think that that's the direction we're going. You can't read all of these Orc books and not think that they're not gonna like do something with the Grots, because the Grots are getting more airtime than almost anything else. They really are exploring that. So. And then again, in AOS, they've now split the orcs into 3 different armies, and one of them is all the Grots that ride the wolves and the spiders and things, and it's one of the best sellers. So there's definitely a lot of demand for Grots. Crooks would be Orc Knights, but we already have the Stomp and the 2 Knots. Yeah, we're not getting any more larger walkers like that. We already have them. Plus the Death Dread is huge. Robert Jackson, my warband are called Blood Teeth due to the headbutting contest they are known for. The winner keeps the teeth loose. Nice. I like it. Dermot. So you bash him into gob. What's the birthday code again? It's literally Burfday. Burfday. If you click the link that's actually in the comments, and I'll put it in again right now in the chat. Click that link. The code is already in it. But the code is Burfday, Burfday. It gives you $5 on your order. One for everybody, good for today only. So again, if you're watching this the day this came out, it's good. If it's not this day, that code's no good no more. That'll teach you to not be on the live stream live. But yeah, that's your $5 off code. And again, you could buy a $5 sticker. I don't care. But it's my birthday. Could have pulled a trigger on Zippity. Yes, Zippity is awesome, man. How the Zippity came about, you guys asked for it. So you guys give me feedback and go, hey, what I really want is a full zip hoodie. And when I talked to people about it, it was like, well, do you want the logo on the front or the back? And everyone was like, well, both. Like, can you just do both? And I'm like, yeah, both would be cool. And so I had the samples made up, got the samples in, adjusted and whatnot, and went into production. And yeah, like as soon as mine came in, the Grots started fighting over it to steal it. So I had to literally get each of the bigger Grots one for themselves so that they could wear it and leave mine alone. So the full zip is awesome. So if there's merch that you guys want, if there's something that you see in the store but it's not quite what you want, just let me know and I will make it for you. That's one of the great things about having it be print on demand. All of our stuff is printed when you order it and where you order it. So if you're in North America, it's made in North America. If you're in Europe, it's made in Europe. If you are in Australia, New Zealand, Oceania area, it's made in Australia. So it's getting made by you, it's getting shipped from by you, but also it allows me to do things. So like everybody wanted green Red Squig shirts, which I was like, okay. I came out with green. We sold 15 of them the first week. Like, okay, cool. So whatever you guys want, go ahead and order, or like go ahead and tell me, and I am happy to like make it happen. So yeah, if there's other clothing styles, if there's other colors, if you want stuff printed on the back, so the front, whatever, different size and style stickers. I mean, these are hold that up the right way. These are really cool, the 3-inch stickers, and there's 4-inch and there's 5-inch. You can order whatever you want. But just let me know. Let me know what you guys want, and I will make it happen on the merch store for you guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but the Orktober stuff is still up. I forgot to delete it. So if you didn't get anything for Orktober and you want to use your $5, this would be a good day to do it. I won't delete it until tomorrow. I literally just realized that as I'm looking at the screen and it's showing the orders coming in for the full zips, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why is there Orktober? Oh, I forgot to take it down. Let's see. Would love an Orc Knights army. I'd be all over that. We might get a detachment that allows it. Stampas, Gorkanauts, Morkanauts, Def Dreads. There is a rumor that we're going to get a Def Dread based leader, which could be cool. But we're not going to get like actual Knights. Dirt Hermit, down with vehicle bases. Damn the man, run shoeless. I'm with you. When I first built my buggies, none of them were on bases because I think that they look way better without it. But then I started, playing, and I wanted to play officially and whatnot. And the other thing is when I put them on the bases, I made most of them popping a wheelie because that just looked way cooler. And when I did that, then I was like, I see why they did bases now because that looks really cool. So like my Def Killer War Trike is popping a wheelie, and it has wheelie bars, so it's all the way up on the wheelie bars. My Shock Jump Dragsta is doing a wheelie, but it's kind of like this midair about to jump or in the middle of jumping wheelie. And then the Boondaka Snazwagon, the Dune Buggy one, is popping a wicked wheelie too. So yeah, I really like putting them on the base, making them do wheelies. They look awesome. Keith wants to see a plastic Squigoth. So do we all. And wouldn't that be awesome to come out with the big Grot army? To come out with a plastic Squigoth? I mean, they would sell boatloads of those. We would all immediately buy 1 to 3 without question. See, still have my Grot tanks to do. Just need to figure out what gun bits to use for my pile. Whichever ones look best. And cap, one's turn-based, the other one real-time strategy. Yep, yeah, that's the other big difference. The turn-based versus the real-time strategy. Still funny, they're both 40K. I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys follow any financial news. Games Workshop is the fastest growing and the second largest company by stock value within its market in the UK last year, which is huge. Okay, so it'd be like the equivalent of being the biggest company in the NASDAQ over here. It's not quite as big as the Dow Jones or the industrial ones, but still out of the tech companies or the smaller companies, to be a big one of those is huge, right? Because those are the companies that tend to move up into the Dow, right? So the British version of that, Games Workshop is not the top, and it's huge. If you had bought Games Workshop stuff, stock back in 2018, 2019, you would be up 370%. So for every dollar, you'd have $370. So if you bought $1,000 of Games Workshop stock in 2018, you would have $370,000 today, which is crazy pants. But you're getting articles in Forbes and Financial Times and New York Times and stuff like that about Games Workshop, and they all talk about Warhammer 40K, and they all talk about all the game tie-ins, the Amazon shows, the movies, this, that, and the other thing. 40K is becoming the new Star Wars, basically. It's becoming this new thing that is actually hitting public consciousness. I mean, you can't trip over a Reddit thread now that doesn't have a 40K meme in it, even if it's nothing to do with Warhammer. So we are going to see lots more 40K. We are becoming very, very mainstream. Maxo, Valric mentioned a Met gun of sorts in his 11th edition launch rumor video. What are your thoughts? He said a couple of different things. He said that it was an artillery piece, kind of like the Deathcore Krieg one. He said that it was a walker with an artillery turret head. And now he said that it could potentially be a tank. So I think what it is he's seeing pieces of it, but not the whole thing put together. They're not going to give us a looted tank in the launch box. I don't think they're going to give us something as big as a walker outside of a regular Def Dread in the launch box. So I'm not sure what he is seeing. But some sort of self-propelled singular artillery cannon would be pretty cool. Now, whether that self-propelled is on some sort of a wheeled chassis or a walking chassis, I don't know, but some sort of bigger gun is really, really cool. It should be made by Grot, so it should shoot a little better, which will help too. But yeah, think of it as like a bigger gun to go with the mech guns. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, Burfday. That's right, Burfday. Burfday. The link is in the comments. Click it. Not in the description, in the comments. Dread Army Leader looks down at Forge World Mech Boss Buzzgob. Yeah, Forge World had a lot of really cool characters, and they all got whacked, and yeah, pour one out for your homies. The Hoovy Bar, new Battle Force Kaiju fight featuring new plastic kits for Squigoth and Neuralok. Dude, I would buy that. I would so buy. Shut up and take my money. I think that kit would actually sell really, 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 really good. 99 Cap, I'm a 40K fan because it took Star Wars place. There's a lot. Yo, Bill Wallace, it's your birthday too? Let's go! Birthday boys together, go crump something. I'm about to go crump Mind Taker. I'm going to go spend my birthday money there. That's what I'm doing after this live stream. So, if you're local, come say hi. Yeah, me, Matt, I love what they did to Gazgul this year, attaching 20 boys into Pain Boys and instilling a massive blob of pain. Yeah, it is. I suspect we're going to get a lot more new rules and cool rules come 11th, but it could be a while there. Walking artillery would be the bomb. Yeah, I think it might be more walking artillery than wheeled artillery. But yeah, maybe it's like on all fours, maybe it's squig style. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it is. But yeah, it's going to be a singular big gun instead of like mech guns where you can have like 3 together as a big gun. So yeah. Gabriel ordered the Zippity. Nice. I'm going to change the description of it on the website to the Zippity. That is definitely the better name. Okay. Last thing before we end the live stream, we've been going for over an hour here on my birthday. I got people calling and coming by and all sorts of stuff. But I want to show you guys the upgrades to the workshop before we do our live stream on Monday. So if you're interested on seeing what Squigmas brought to the workshop, here we go. Okay, and then we are going to turn that around. Look at the brand new monitor. So it is curved. Look at that. Woo! Into foreverness. Look, there he goes. There he goes. He's going to keep going. This is cool. Wee! So yeah, brand new monitor. So we'll actually be able to see things. And then up here, we've got some speed buggies. And over there, some more speed buggies. And in there, completely redone with room for all of the Warhammer stuff. So we've got some great storage, including for the Grots. So the Grots painting stuff is moved in here as well, so they can grab and go whenever they want. There's also a new drops for the squigs. And yeah, that is what we've got new going on around here. All right, guys. So that is the upgrades to the mech shop so far. There's also a squig sleeping down there. So yeah, got some upgrades going to the mech workshop. Getting through some beginning phases of physical therapy, and we will be painting minis come Monday for the live stream. Pretty rad. Oh, I like the buggy displays. Yeah, so those are scale model cars. That's where I started my modeling career. Model building career was model cars, planes, stuff like that. I still really like both, especially cars. Obviously, I'm a speed buggy guy. But yeah, so I'm looking to get back into that now as things come back online. But yeah, definitely like building all the speed buggies, whether it's 40K or not. Speed buggy is speed buggy. Speed buggy for life. It's canon now. Yes, Zippity is canon now. All right, guys, that is going to do it for my birthday live stream. Thank you one and all for hopping in. And thank you everybody for hitting up the merch store and using my birthday money on merch. Enjoy your new Zippities and your new stickers and your October merch before I delete it. And that'll be that. But yeah, thank you for an awesome 2025. Again, over 480,000 views in the year. That is fantastic. Yeah, healing up. I got one more surgery in February. So you got one more month of kind of gimpy old Big Mac, and then we'll be back to moving and grooving with both paws, and we'll go from there. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for an amazing 2025. Looking forward to a super rad 2026. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers. So tell a friend or two about Old Big Mac and Red Ones Go Fasta. We have got to get this WA huge before 11th edition drops so that we can go out there and crump somebody. All right, guys. That's going to do it for this one. Until next time. Wagon!